coached Jimmer Fredette and continues to lead the BYU basketball program. Dave Rose joining us now in Studio B. Coach, welcome back. We're talking documentaries today, so, I mean, I guess if you want, you can pull out the producer mentality, and if you could make an ESPN 30 for 30 documentary. Oh, by the way, I think you were in one.
Yes, I have. And another one's coming out in October, actually, for Fights Line with Jammer. But right now, the documentary would probably be my life this morning, going to the dentist, thinking I was just going to have my teeth cleaned, and I had a small cavity. We took care of it, and my face is feeling the effects of it right now. So everything's fine, okay? I just look a little funny, talk a little funny. No. But Dr. Morgan, yeah, he's our team dentist. He gave me a good one this morning.
So you're not having a stroke?
No, you just watch the left side of my face, not the right side of my face, as we get going here this morning.
I knew you were a tough cookie. The fact that you actually came in here and still did the interview, that tells me a lot about you.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, it's all it's what we do. It's how we do it.
Yeah.
You joked with us that you could get in a boxing match with us and dominate us because you can't feel anything.
If we had gloves in here right now, I'd be fighting off over the right side, because you could hit me anywhere from the top of my eye to the bottom of my cheek. We wouldn't feel anything today.
Have you had much vacation time since the basketball season ended?
You know, this is interesting. Spring semester, our guys, we only had 3 or 4 guys in class. They all come in summer, which will be the 20th of June. And then we'll get started going then. But May was, we had a couple, trips, Cheryl and I, that had a good time. Went to a wedding for my nephew down in Houston and got away. But it was interesting because at the end of that season in April, it was a long roll. We started in July. We went to Barcelona, we went to Spain, and then obviously played all the way into April. And it felt good to actually have a break. But I'm ready to go. I'm glad that we've got this summer semester, and all 14 guys will be enrolled. There's one guy, Zach Frampton, who will still be on his mission, but he'll get back, non-scholarship roster guy. But the rest of the guys should all be here.
It looks fine when you don't smile, by the way.
Okay, I'll try not to smile. People tell me I never smile during the season, so
yeah,
I'll just
just label it. Yeah, exactly. Normally. There's not a Ziggy Ansah type story, but you've documented, okay, he tried out for the basketball team. Did he try out twice?
Yeah, 2 different Octobers. He was in our gym.
How did he not make the team?
Well, athletically, obviously, he was elite in that group. What we look for in that group are guys who can really run a lot of plays. And, we'd spend one day, we just get a look of the field, what they have. And in 5-on-5, just free pickup games, he was pretty dominant. A lot of dunks, gets to the basket. But when it came to breaking it down and trying to run different offensive sets to see what guys, could remember, how quick they could pick it up, because basically that's what those guys do. They come in and they're the scout team and they're running the other team's stuff all the time. And Ziggy had a hard time with that. I mean, I would compare that probably to the first couple weeks in the locker room of football of guys trying to help him put the uniform on. I mean, once he got on the field, he was awesome. But trying to, get the basics of getting the uniform on, that's kind of the issue that we had with him in choosing him for our team. But there was the second year especially a lot of discussion about actually trying to put time into him and teach him, what we could at the time. But we decided to go in another direction.
You had a greater plan in mind for Ziggy Ansah.
I mean, we had, I think one of my assistants actually said, what he ought to do is go play football.
Who said that?
I'm going to say that might have been Dave Rice. Mm. Yeah.
So is Dave Rice the man?
Maybe it
is. Maybe it
is Dave.
Well, now he's number 43 in the NFL's top 100. Just a remarkable story and really fun to watch what he's been able to do. And, I mean, just 5 years ago, the fact that he wanted to play basketball at BYU.
I mean, how great was it to watch him his senior year in football when he was just – I mean, all I ever want to do is watch offense in football. I love, college football. But that year, I mean, it was every bit as fun to watch our defensive guys, with Kyle and Ziggy. And then you wonder how is it really going to there's great college players in basketball, football, that have unbelievable college careers, but it doesn't really translate well into a pro career. But this guy is almost better in the NFL than he was in college. It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He had 4.5 sacks his senior year, and he he was a higher pick than he had sacks. Like, it was weird. Today, Peyton Dastrup gets home from his mission, specifically at 5:48 Pacific time if you want to meet him at the Phoenix airport. That's weird that we know that, but we know it. What's it like to have all these pieces kind of – they're almost all back, and they're almost all enrolled in a couple of weeks?
Well, that's exciting for us. I mean, I think fans are really excited. There's been so much hype about this group of guys. As a coaching staff, we're excited to get them all here. But there's real concern in the youth of this group, the inexperience of this group, and how the expectations are really high, and they're high for every team. But I think with this team, it might be a little bit unfair to a group of guys. Out of the 13 scholarship guys, 11 of them are going to be freshmen and sophomore.
Wow.
I've never been through that as a guy. I've got one senior. I've been through that before. My very first year. Brock Richner was the only senior that we had on the team. But we had a lot of juniors and sophomores. So this will be a very young team. I expect them to pick things up really quick, and our expectations are really high. I mean, what I really hope happens is the first 2 or 3 really close games that we get into, that we win them, because that confidence really plays out later in the year. This past year, that first close game was at Long Beach State. We lost it, and then we seemed to kind of fall into that pattern quite a few times. So I'm hoping that the early season success is good for these guys, and then they can kind of build confidence and go from there. The thing that excites me the very most, obviously, the talent, the range, I think diversity of our players. I got 3 or 4 guys I think can play 2 or 3 positions. But the fact that I think we'll be together for, not just 38, 40 games, but maybe 80, maybe 120 games, and that could be awesome.
BYU basketball coach Dave Rose with us in Studio B on BYU Sports Nation. I've noticed something interesting about the mentality a lot of these young guys that you have coming back. I mean, the focus and the desire and the expectations in their own mind are really high. They don't shy away from the high expectations. And I'm speaking specifically of Yoli Childs, who just kind of blew me away in an interview that we did with him, where he was like, look, I want to be the best. I want to go to a Final Four. I want to do all these things, and that's what I'm going to prepare to do. And he doesn't seem to be alone in that.
Yeah, I think that one thing that is unique about this group is that, we've had really confident teams before, but these guys, and sometimes this is a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. We're gonna really funnel this into a way that can be a real confidence builder for our group. But everybody's got stars by their names as high school recruits, and we're usually a 2 or 3 star program. That's what we've done, and we've got guys who have really, really overachieved and become, a 3-star, 2.5, 3-star recruit and become the National Player of the Year. Okay, that's pretty phenomenal. But we got a lot of guys, 5, 6, maybe 7 guys that got 3.5, 4 stars connected to their name. And so they've been in the media. They've kind of been in the limelight. I hope this is all not hype. I hope that these guys are really in that area as far as their kind of perceived talent level. And then you go right to their heart, and you go right to their mind, and see how they'll work and how they'll progress together as a group, and that excites me. And and one of the guys that's not a 4-star guy, Elijah, he's as a practice player for us, and we've had a good run of those guys. Matt Carlino and Kyle Davis did that for us.
You had another NFL guy, Jordan Cameron, right?
Chase Fisher did that for us for a year. We've had good runs with those guys who have practiced with us. He might have maybe had the best year in that redshirt situation as any of those guys. And so and he was a freshman of the year in the Colonial Association at Elon. So you add that to that other mix of guys that no one's really seen before, and he's got 3 straight years for us too. So I'm excited about the group, and really, Monday the 20th, June 20th, when we get him here, and we can put it all together, we'll start to be able to see how the personalities fit, how they mesh together, how they work together. That team, 2011, it was such a special team because of how they worked together. Jackson Emery, as good as any player I've ever been around in 33 years of coaching, at making other people believe what he believes. and he could do it. And hopefully that we'll be able to find a guy like that to bring these guys all together.
So 15 of the 16, because you're going to have 3 walk-ons, it sounds like, will be there June 20th?
I think we've got 14 guys. So,
14.
And that's counting Corb. Corb will be crossing over back and forth during June and July. And then in August, we'll send him off to football. And he looks great. I don't know if you guys have seen him lately.
He's big.
He's added weight, right?
He is.
He's trying to get to that Karnowski area,
He's cut, man. He looks great. He really does.
So he can handle the big fella.
Seems like a different area to me, but yeah.
Gonzaga fans shudder.
What?
Another Kafusi.
Yeah. Dave Broberg announced that he's working on a BYU Cougars emoji keyboard. Do you use emojis? Do you know what emojis are?
I just started using them a little while ago. Actually,
Really?
pretty cool. Yeah, it's I've really actually figured out how you hit the little thing, and they all pop up there. And I like the kind of fiesta dancing Mexican girl. Because that's a beautiful expression, of just happiness.
Yes.
And so I use that a lot.
That is,
In the red dress, you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
I know
Yeah,
exactly
absolutely.
the emoji you're
Absolutely.
talking about.
Maybe she's Spanish, but
That's fantastic.
What should be on that BYU Cougars emoji keyboard? Like, we were thinking like the blue goggles need to be on there. I texted Dave. He's working on that. What do you want from basketball?
I don't know, probably a scoreboard with more points on our side than theirs.
And it's Gonzaga.
Just whoever. I just want more points on our side.
A little championship trophy.
That's really funny. Dave Rose with us in Studio B on BYU Sports Nation. Because you have so many young guys and specifically return missionaries coming back, you have kind of a pretty good idea from conversations we've had and that we've talked to Terry Nashif and Tim Lacombe about the schedule and the regime that they need to take on as they get back into full health. So, I mean, where do you expect all these guys that are coming off missions recently to be when the games actually start, late October, early November?
Well, I think that, with TJ and Eric, they got home pretty early. I expect them to be pretty close to, right where they need to be to get started, even in the October, part of the season when we start practicing pretty heavily. Payne Dastrup maybe a little bit longer. Yoli's ready to go. I mean, this will be a great transition for us. We haven't seen this very often. Zach Selyus did it last year for us. Came straight from high school, great high school season, won a state championship, and then he really contributed to us after he found himself. Took him a month or two in the season to find himself. Yoli, I can see the same kind of impact with this team, that he can come in and make that same impact with the new group. So I expect us from day one to be physically ready, mentally ready. That'll be a growing process, and we'll see how that goes.
You recently announced a couple of exciting games, playing USC in LA at Staples, and then Illinois and Chicago. What does that mean to be able to play quality programs in NBA arenas?
Well, we'll play 3. I think we play Utah State in Vivint. Is that right?
Vivint Smart Home Arena.
Yeah. I think so. And so I know the guys look forward to those things, and it's a great opportunity for them. I like the names of the teams, and I like the they all want to come and play, obviously, in the Vivint Arena, but United Center and Staples Arena, those are places where every young kid wants to grow up and play.
Coach, not many people can pull off going to the dentist just an hour before an interview and hit it out of the park like you did today with emojis, dancing fiesta emojis. No
Hey,
less.
I was going to send one of my guys. Tim actually said, I'll step in and go do it. And, hey, no way, man. If you can step in the batter's box, then let's get in.
Let's go.
Let's go. So
Dave batted 421 at Dixie one year in baseball.
Remember
That's right.
that, yeah.
That's right.
And I think one day it was with a numb face from the dentist. I got 3 for 4. That was a long time ago, but I think I can remember that.
Oh, it's great stuff. Coach, congratulations on all your success thus far. We, to say the least, are very excited, just like you are, about what happens next.
Yeah, sorry about these dings on my phone, man.
We got an idea of what it's like to be you.
No, you're getting
Text
blown
and
up,
email.
man. Don't apologize.
Of all the things that I did not do right, I did not shut my phone off.